Hey reefers, Ian from Corals.com here. Welcome back to another Wednesday walkthrough where I take you on a tour of every single tank and coral here at the shop. This week we have our huge Christmas and July sale happening where you can save 25% off site-wide through July 21st. Let's dive into the first tank of our walkthrough, loaded up with tons of euphyllia. As you can tell, it's easy to see why we call this our euphyllia tank. We are just jam-packed with all sorts of euphyllia, starting all the way down here in the bottom right. We got some great looking torch colonies and frags, including these awesome green ones with multicolored tips. Got some great looking Fiji hammers down there, and right above this massive 100 headed Duncan, all of our aquaculture euphyllia, including lots of different branching hammers, torch, and frog spawn. Standing out nice and bright in the middle there, all of our Holy Grail torch frags as we move down into all of our zoanthid colonies. While we have some great looking mixed zoa colonies, this one in the middle is easily my favorite. Those awesome gold polyps are so bright. As we swing up, we're going to get into the bulk of this tank, all of our Aussie hammers. Up top there, most of our walls, and as we move lower, branching. Down in the substrate here, these are all colonies. They're all WYSIWYG, tons of different colors, and up here on the rack are all of our WYSIWYG frags. There's a few other types of coral in this tank, but mainly awesome looking euphyllia. Switching over into our display tank, which is where we keep the majority of our SPS frags and colonies. There are all different types of SPS corals in here, but mainly acros, and one of my absolute favorites, the strawberry shortcake, which is looking fantastic under all this blue lighting. Other than acro though, we have all sorts of stylos, bacillopora, bird's nest, varieties, all mainly from Aussie and Fiji. All this SPS is absolutely loving the high light and high flow we have here in this tank, as well as some other different types of corals. All of our Gorgonian Sea Fans love it just as much. Here's another tank that is just packed full of a different variety of corals. It's our aquaculture tank, and we're going to start over here all the way to the right, all of our great looking mushroom colonies. Up top here, a few different SPS colonies and frags, and even more mushroom colonies there up top just above our WYSIWYG chalice frags. Moving left, we're going to get into some of our aquaculture, all of our zoanthids and palithoas, which are looking great, especially these ones here up top. Some insane warlock zoas, white zombie zoas, and seduction pallies, looking absolutely fantastic. Up top, some ORA maricultured SPS. As we get into all of our acan lords, we have some great looking WYSIWYG colonies and frags in this batch. All sorts of rainbows, ultras, and plenty of those bright neons. Moving left, we're going to get into our aquaculture tray, which is where the majority of the variety in this tank comes from. All sorts of favia, chalice, blastos, gawny, and down below tons of SPS including Mauni, Cyphastria, Leptastria, so many different kinds. Moving into our next tank is our Skully Tank, which we might have to rename our Chalice Tank because look how many chalice colonies and frags we have here all the way to the right. This first rack here, all sorts of WYSIWYG colonies, huge looking pieces, all sorts of colors. Down on the bottom, all kinds of blasto colonies and frags as well. But the coloration and the eye pop on these chalice is really something, and it doesn't stop with just the colonies. The frags are just as nice. That huge Space Invader is one of my absolute favorites. We do have a few soft coral colonies, a nice big forest of Sinularia. Moving left, we have a few crowns and Fiji yellow leathers. Up top, a few toadstools, clove polyps, and daisies, and pipe organs, which even though they're not soft corals, they sure look like one. Down below, a great selection of skullies, including those two masters on the right, some of my favorite skullies in this entire batch. As we continue left, tons and tons of WYSIWYG frags, including all kinds of favia, pectina, and lots of soft corals there on the left. Now is definitely the time to scoop up a WYSIWYG frag because we sure have a ton of them. Here in our window tank, we have a good amount of natural sunlight coming in. All the way to the left, we have some WYSIWYG alveopora colonies, which we haven't seen in some time, including some Aussie cone elegans. Awesome looking coloration out of those guys as well. Up top, some WYSIWYG mushroom frags as we get into all of our Lobo and Symphilia, as well as candy canes on the right. Up top here, a few of our last remaining WYSIWYG Duncan colonies as we get into even more favia, but this time tons of WYSIWYG colonies. This rack just keeps on going and going with so many different Favia colonies. It's absolutely insane. We have all kinds of prisms, war corals, favites, and in my opinion, they all look really nice under this natural sunlight. In our last tank of the day, we have our photo tank, which is where we keep all of our acan bowerbankies, some great looking WYSIWYG colonies and frags, including this awesome WYSIWYG frag pack up top. Got some Western Aussie torch, those awesome purple bases with those bright neon tips as we get into all of our meat corals, some Acanthophilia and Cinerina down here in the sand bed. One of my absolute favorites is this purple and green one up front, such a cool coloration. A few Goni here, some long polyp Gonis there up on the rack, bright neon greens. And wrapping up with two more Acanthophilia, this small green one and this massive golden orange one. It's almost feeding time here at the shop and this Acanthophilia is ready. As always, thanks so much for checking out our Wednesday walkthrough. Be sure to see all of these corals right now at corals.com during our huge Christmas and July sale. 25% off site-wide through the 21st. Have a great rest of your day and we'll see you next week.